It's got to be real.
Yes, guys, what's going on? So we're with Asif Vali here at Radisson Hotel, is it?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Right, and we're here for the Tyson Fury press conference.
Yeah.
He was supposed to face Derek Chisora, but he's not facing Derek now. He's facing a much, in my opinion, a much more dangerous opponent. What made you take on this opponent?
You know, you give it a kiss of life. When I did my last interview at David Lloyd Centre, we had a great interview done. And then what happened was, after that, it was a couple of crazy hours where we found out that Derek was injured and he couldn't be involved in the fight this weekend. And after all the hard work that Tyson and Peter and the rest of the team had put in, we just had to work very hard. And all credit to Peter. Peter got on the phone, and Mick Hennessy got on the phone, and we found the opponent that he's got to be facing at the weekend.
Now, Alexander Ustinov, in my opinion, this is a low reward, very high risk fight. It's a hard fight. Was there no other options on the table apart from this fight?
Well, 4 days out, who can he find who's in shape, who's going to look good, who's going to be ready, and everybody else that Mick and Peter were trying to get was just overpricing themselves out. Everybody knew when it's like that, price goes through the roof, and there was some crazy money bandied around for opponents to be in the frame. So Ustinov was in shape, sparring with Derek. It was a brilliant and a perfect available opponent.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. He's very, very dangerous, and yes, you're right that it can be. They can walk past these people.
Yeah, let them walk past. It's all right.
Yeah, yes, you're right. They can. Here's another one. And
Happens. Go on, carry on.
and we had to just go with the flow and just take the opponent. Tyson wanted the opponent. He's so fed up of not being inside the ring. He just said, "Listen, just give me anybody. I'm ready." And if he's ready, then if he wants to fight him and he's ready and Peter feels confident with it, then it's a great fight for the public.
Now, Asif, next thing I want to ask is about Derek Chisora. He's pulled out. Could you tell us a little bit about... He's pulled out because of the hand injury. Do you think that it's a legit injury? Because Tyson Fury doesn't seem to think it is a legit injury. He wants to see the X-rays. Do you feel it is a legit injury? And have you seen any evidence that it is legit?
I've not seen anything, and you got to go with what a boxer says. You got to go with what individual says. And Don Charles made a phone call to Frank Warren, and I'm sure Frank wasn't happy with it, but. An injury is an injury. If it's a broken hand or a fractured hand, then that is what it is. And surely he can't fight with a hand like that. And you won't know. Only time will tell if it's a true injury or not. And that time's the heal on that one.
So you haven't seen any evidence that it's any X-rays, anything like nothing from the doctor, nothing like that's come through at the moment.
No, nobody's seen anything. But we got to take the word from Derek. He's worked really hard. He's trained hard. I'm sure Don Charles very disappointed as well. He's disappointed with pulling out. People, don't go into training camps for 10 and 12 weeks for no reason. They've gone in there to fight, and they've gone in there to make a fight, and they've gone in there and done all the hard work. So if that's the case with everybody, then it's an injury.
Right. So the fight. Is it still taking place in the same arena? Everything else is the same. What changes have been made apart from obviously the opponent? Are there any other changes made?
Of course, it's the game plan is a massive change in the game plan, and what Tyson did and what Peter's done.
We haven't chosen a good spot to do the interview, have we?
I'm afraid
it's a bad spot.
Yeah, you just keep seeing the bodies going past. Yeah. Maybe Wayne's going to stand here now. Nobody's going to go past. There you go, Wayne will do that.
There you go.
Yeah. He's a bit of a functioning artist, singer here, Wayne.
All right.
Yeah, Wayne Devlin, you got to watch him.
All right. Yeah. Now, we call Young.
Yeah, young Huey's there. Huey, how are you?
Do you want to come over, bro?
Here's another young man, always in shape, ready to go.
Always in shape.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother? You alright?
How you doing? Good.
Good, man.
You alright, Huey?
So, do you want to come back up a little bit so we can make sure you get you on the camera?
He's only a small lad.
Now, you've had one. Is it just one fight you've had at the moment?
1-0, yeah.
Yeah, 1-0. Was it a knockout you won by?
Yeah, I knocked him out in the third round.
Knocked him out in the third round. Have you had any amateur fights?
I only had 3.
Only had 3. So, how do you feel like? Obviously, you've only had 3 amateur fights. How old are you now?
18.
18. Tyson Fury's younger brother, yeah?
Yeah, just turned 18.
Just turned 18.
But he's been training for a couple of years now, ready for his moment. And, you know, he's a big lump, as you can see, leaning on me.
So, what weight are you fighting at?
Box around about 16.6.
16.6. Right. Right now, I want to ask you, you've jumped straight in the pro ranks, you've only had a few amateur fights. What made you do that? Why didn't you have more amateur fights?
Because I'm a badass motherfucker and I can take on the world.
Right, so you're a badass mofo and you can take on the world. That's why you decided to jump pro, yeah? Cool. And what do you think about the difference between the amateur ranks and pro ranks? Do you think it's better to move straight into the pro ranks?
Yeah, you know, because amateur boxing, there's nothing to the pro ranks. You can be a good amateur and don't necessarily mean you're going to be a good professional. So it don't mean that I can learn my trade in the professionals. I'm only young, I'm 18, got plenty of time on my side. Take my time, loads of journeyman, come great.
Now,
but he's also, what on a serious note, and you can see he's got the Fury humour.
Yeah.
On a serious note, he's got the best team around him, which makes him
Sexiest team.
sexy. Yeah.
is it like Tyson?
Tyson, exactly. You know, he's got Tyson, he's got his cousin Huey, he's got Dave Allen, he's got Eddie Chambers.
I want to point out, Dave Allen's an ugly cunt.
This is exactly like Tyson, isn't it? It's like exactly like Tyson.
Big-headed cunt.
So you can see that the sparring that he's going to get and the training and the pushing each other is fantastic.
Cool. Now, obviously, you come from a fighting family. I asked when I interviewed Tyson last time. Before we went to that, I want to know how many brothers and sisters are you in total?
There's 4 of us all together, 4 boys.
4 guys in the family. So, obviously, you're a fighting family. When I interviewed Tyson, he said that some of you aren't fighters. You obviously are a fighter now. You're boxing. Have you had any bare knuckle fights? Obviously, you come from the travel heritage. Have you had any before?
You know, so I've actually never been in trouble in my life, so no.
Really interesting. Right. So, what have you got coming up? Have you got any fights coming up?
Yeah, well, I'll be fighting in Sheffield on the September the 20th, I think.
There's 2 dates in September. He's on one of the dates.
I'm on one of the dates. I think it's in Sheffield on the Gallard bill, so that should be a good thing at the Ponds Forge Arena.
Now, Asif, obviously, you know it's really important to keep new fighters really busy. How many times do you want to be trying to get him in the ring? What's the aim?
Yeah, you know, the aim is him to have at least 6 to 8 in the first year. Unfortunately, his opponent pulled out on the Newcastle show on the day of the weigh-in, which would have been his pro debut. So he would have had 2 by now, and then 3 within a 6-month period. So we're on track. If we can get him 6 fights, 8 fights, then we're on track. And Peter's pushing him hard, and he needs to just concentrate on what he's got to do in the ring. He's got to be nice outside the ring. That mannerism will come. We're going to try and get rid of his humour, and I think he's going to be great. I've never seen a guy hit a bag so hard and hit a pad so hard, and he's so committed to the cause, and he wants to be a boxer. He wants to be. He's not living in his brother's footsteps because he's going to make his own mark. But he is a great guy to work with, and he's got a fantastic attitude.
Now, you know, in regards to the gym, right? I know your gym is it's ram-packed with fighters. You've got a lot of fighters in there who are quality. You've got Eddie Chambers, you've got Tyson Fury, you've got Huey Fury.
Young King Fury, yeah, go.
Young King Fury. Now, do you spar with your brothers and obviously cousins and family members? Do you not find that a little bit like, you know, one of those, like you've got the Klitschko's, they don't fight each other. Don't you find it a little bit, you have to hold back a little bit when you fight each other?
Not really, it's sparring, isn't it? I think boxing's the only sport you can punch shit out of each other and thank each other afterwards for punching you in the face. Yeah, thanks for that, help me. You know?
Right, guys, so
I tell you, if you came down to the gym and saw,
I'll come down.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a
seriously,
look. I'm gonna come
the
down.
way
Just come
Tyson
down when I'm there.
and Huey, Eddie, and when they're sparring and the camera.
Is it full 100%? Is it hardcore?
100%.
Do you wear headguard?
No.
He does.
He does because he's coming out, but Tyson doesn't.
Right, cool. Right, guys, so at Radisson's, we're going to go inside the press conference soon with Asif Vali, Young Fury. Keep watching out for this lad over here. He's going to do big things.
Fury, I'm the king.
Young King Fury. Right, brother. Nice one. Thank you, Asif.
Thanks for